What's up, everyone? This is Shane again from the Twin Sons podcast here. We are a small little podcast making content for Legends of Runeterra, and in today's video, I specifically wanted to welcome any new players that are specifically coming from Hearthstone. In this video, I'm going to essentially break down some of the differences between the two games, obviously 100% more focused on Legends of Runeterra, and just reference some of the differences that you had from the economy system in Hearthstone as you move on into Legends of Runeterra. And I'm doing this in a timely at a timely moment now because I know Blizzard is putting out a battle pass that is not pleasing everybody, and we see a lot of people on Reddit and other social media platforms starting to come into Legends of Runeterra. So we wanted to just come out here and say, hey, we're another small content creator making content for the game with interviews, podcasts, deck breakdowns, videos, all that type of stuff. But here I just want to break down the economy of the game. So if you're familiar with Legends of Runeterra, this probably isn't your video. But if you're new to the game, this should help make you understand a little bit more about the game in general. So I'm going to switch it on over. So if you'll see on the left side, we have all the different tabs. You have Play, Collection, Rewards, Event, and Store. How Runeterra works that's different than Hearthstone is that you have a dust system, essentially, where we have shards here, which is similar to how dust works, where we can craft whatever cards we want with the shards. But there is no way to break down cards that you have, or you trade cards or anything like that. So if you have a card, you don't get to break that down and get shards. Shards can be gained from as rewards, or if you get duplicates of cards, you can essentially get shards. So there is that same system. And I should mention here, there are 4 different varieties of cards. So you have champions. So champions are gold colored. They are the most rare card in the game. Below that, you have common cards. Let me switch over to just Demacia as a reference, and that's just the different regions. Green here would be a common card. A blue card, like Ranger's Resolve here, would be a rare. And then you can go down and find a purple card, which would be an epic. And say Cytheria the Bold here. So you have purple here at the bottom. Now, how these work are based around how many shards you have. So this is 3,000 shards for a champion card. That is the highest amount. Also, there are things called wild cards. So a wild card essentially is you can buy whatever champion you want or whatever card you want with one of those wild cards, referencing the same exact color scheme that we just talked about. So if you have a champion wild card, you can use that to purchase any champion you want in the entire game. There are also wild cards for epic cards or for common cards like this. And as you can see, these only cost 100 dust, which is substantially 30 times less expensive as a champion card. And it goes down from there. So blue here, there's also rare wild cards that you can use to purchase any rare card that you would like. And 300 dust for this. And then purple, when we go back down to Cytheria here, purple is 1,200 shards. And again, you can use epic wild cards to directly purchase this card if you have those. Now, you can also see that there is a coin balance here. So in Runeterra, as opposed to Hearthstone, there is no pack system. So you won't get random packs when you purchase things with real money. Instead, you purchase directly what you want. So there's no loot boxes, no gambling system like that at all, which is a huge bonus for this game compared to every other card game. Because loot boxes and card packs, while they are fun to rip open, can be very frustrating and can really screw you in the long run. So in this, you buy directly what you want. That's both with real money and with your in-game resources. So wild cards and shards can be earned from a lot of in-game things. You will earn those, and then you will purchase cards directly with those cards as well. Now, there are chests in this game that you can get from various different things, which will give you a plethora of cards themselves. So it is like a card pack, but the big difference here is that you can't actually purchase those. You can only earn those as rewards. So there are card packs in the sense that they are rewards, but you can't purchase them at all. So there is no gambling aspect in the sense of what you put money into. You will get exactly what you want out of it. So like we said here are the coin purchases. And the coin purchases are coming actually where you can go into the store here. You can put money in for coins. And essentially it's really 100 coins is $1. That's at the 10 for 10. $10 for 1,000 coins purchase here. 10 for 10, but there's obviously bonuses as all things. You can get 1,000 free coins if you put in a ton of extra money. Things like that. Pretty standard for app games. But when you come to cards, what you actually have here is you can see a stock of wild cards up here at the top. And I will go to say as a living testimony of how free to play this game is, I haven't spent $1 on this game, and I own every card. Plus, I have this stock coming up, which is I can instantly craft every set that comes out as long as I have this type of stock. And then I earn more cards as they come out, and then keep going with that. So as you can see here, this really is a 10 cents, 30 cents. $1.20, and then $3 for the cards. That's kind of the breakdown of prices here for the wild cards. And again, you can purchase these wild cards directly. So if you want X amount of champions, you can just purchase here your champion number here. Now, when it comes to deck construction, and this is more based on the economy of a video, the economy of Legends of Runeterra, not the deck construction here, but in Hearthstone, you can run 2 of every card or 1 of legendaries. In Runeterra, it's just 3 of every card. So you do need more of the cards to make the most consistent decks. So you don't want to just get 1 legendary like in Hearthstone. You do want to get 3 times. But there is no gold versions like in Hearthstone or anything like that. There's no foils or anything that like that yet. They do have plans of cosmetics coming in, but there are plenty of other cosmetics you can purchase here. But it won't be like a foiled card. But there are different boards and guardians that you can purchase as well with your real money. And this is where I have spent all my money because the game is so free to play. And these are different emotes and things like that. So in general, there also could be, one more quick note, is that there are featured things here where they have full-blown deck bundles as well. And you can purchase those directly from the shop with coins as well. And you can get specific things to that. They'll even put sometimes a specific emote into this deck bundle, so you can only get it if you purchase like that. And that's just some of the ways they can kind of sell the cosmetics while also giving you some cards. Now, you'll get a quest system as well. You'll have daily quests, and you can reroll these quests, and they'll be to do something. You can earn those. You get progress as you go. And once a week, on Thursdays, a vault will open. So you can level up your vault from level 1 to 13. And then even if you get past 13, you can continuously level it up a little bit as well. And this levels up pretty easily. Like I said, through quests, just playing games, playing versus the AI even can get you experience. Playing against friends can get you experience. And you can level up your vault, and every Thursday, a vault will open. As you can see down here, this is a free champion wildcard. So that happens at a particular level. In this case, 5. It'll happen. You'll get a free champion wildcard. And it can continue up from there. But these also will be each individual little chest, or essentially card packs, that will open up and give you a plethora of shards and different cards. One of the really cool things here is actually champions are duplicate protected, which is super nice, right? So it really always sucked when you got an extra version of a card in Hearthstone and then you had to dust that card really or not have any value of it. Now that can still happen for the cheaper cards for commons, but in this game you don't have to actually go through and dust those extra commons. It'll just automatically turn them into shards when you pull them from a chest. But in this sense here, if you were to pull a champion that you already owned, and that's particular to the region rewards, which I'll talk about, it will actually automatically give you a champion that you don't own, which is really nice because it just means you're never going to get a duplicate and just lose a quarter of your value like you would in Hearthstone, which is super frustrating. So they will be duplicate protected. Like I said, the other ones you will get a shard exchange that isn't as duplicate protected. So you'll only get like 15 shards back from a common that you had 3 of already, instead of getting 100 shards back. And that does sound like a large decrease, but really the amount of shards that they give you is pretty absurd. And you can pretty much build whatever deck you want pretty quickly if you play a decent amount. So like I said, here is my extra shard bonus. Excuse me. And on top of that, we have tons of wild cards as well. So the last thing about so you have the weekly vault. That is the thing that opens every Thursday. That's really important for new players. That's when you'll get a big plethora of new rewards to go into. And the other thing here is an expedition token, which is like Arena in Hearthstone. That is a random draft mode generation, and this will give you a free run into that, like a free run into Arena, and that expedition, depending on how many wins you get, will also give you rewards back. And those rewards aren't extremely large, but they are still a consistent amount of shards and more wild cards as well. So it's a really good way to learn the cards and also get more cards back. That's under the play tab, which we won't go into, but as a heads up. So the weekly vault is something you really want to focus on as a new player. You'll have a chance to get large rewards every Thursday and a free expedition token, which will give you a free run in the arena or the expedition. And it will also offer plenty of rewards, as well as these chests offering plenty of rewards. Another cool thing is everything has a chance to upgrade in this game. So when you do open a chest, if it's a diamond or a platinum chest, it has the chance to upgrade to a diamond chest, and the cards individually have a chance to upgrade as well. And this is just a nice little bonus that happens constantly as you're opening packs. You really won't even notice, what you're supposed to be getting, but all these things will just keep continuously getting upgraded. So where you should have gotten a common card, you'll get a common wild card. That's a small upgrade, but essentially it's a card now that you can put anywhere you want instead of specifically getting one card. And that happens constantly in this game. So on top of quest system to level up XP and to get the weekly vault, that is the main reward system. Now in Hearthstone, your main reward system was really get a couple wins a game, do your quest, and you can buy a pack every once in a while. In this, they vomit rewards out at you, which is amazing. So if you go to the rewards section here, each of the regions in the game, so this would be like the different classes in Hearthstone, each have a different roadmap with 29 or so rewards, depending on what expansion we're in at the time. And I have all these completed, but as you can see, some of them are pretty tiny, but they're all actual. None of these are cosmetics or anything. These are cards. They put cards in your hand very quick here. So here you have a rare wild card. So that is just, again, one card. As any card you want, that's a rare, which is great. Then there's capsules. Capsules are pretty tiny. Just be a couple shards and things. And then you have different level chests. These are like different level packs with more shards and things like that. Wild capsule here will be wild cards in there. An epic card is just one random epic card, which is great. And then as you go, you'll see you'll get to 8 and you'll have a champion capsule. So again, this is like a pack, but this is guaranteed to have a champion from the region that you chose. So if you really find yourself, say you were a really big priest player in Hearthstone and you wanted to come over here and pick something that's more control-y, say Shadow Isles is a good example. You can go into Shadow Isles here and particularly start working towards rewards for this region. And these are given to you for free as you level up. But every pass is very similar in the sense that at every level 8 you will get a champion capsule, which is you get a champion and then extra cards as well, which is, again, that's a $3 value as soon as you get it, and additional cards on top of that, which is a huge deal. That is what I would suggest, actually, if you want to just maximize getting as many cards as you can. Go to every single region and get them all to 8, because then you will get 8 champions throughout, which is actually done extremely quickly. The amount of games it takes if you're doing a quest or two to get to 8 is not many. And the expeditions, or the arenas like I was discussing, also give you additional XP, which will skyrocket your collection very fast. And then as you go down, you can keep going and you'll see there's more golden chests. The chest will get bigger. The wild cards will get better. Now it's an epic wild card, platinum chest. There is another champion capsule at 16. So when I came into this game, I wanted to get every card. I'm a completionist. So what I did is I got every region to level 8, and then I got every region to level 16. And that was a nice way to get cards from all of my regions so I could really build what I wanted to do. And then even at 18, you have a champion wildcard. That is literally $3 on any card you want, essentially. Any champion you want, which is extremely, extremely generous. So like I said, the champion capsule here in Shadow Isles will be a card that is from Shadow Isles, but a wild card can be used on any region ever, which is super generous. And when I was talking about the duplicate protection, if you were slightly confused, say you own every Shadow Isles champion and you come to this portion and you open up a champion capsule here, that champion will be pulled from a different region, which is super generous as well, because they're not going to dump a second champion that you already own onto you, or I'm sorry, the fourth copy, since you only can have 3, and then you have to dust it for half the dust. It's none of that. They will duplicate protect that to make sure your $3 value is given to you. It'll just be in the form of a different champion, which is, again, the key word here is generous. And then you can keep going. Once you do get to level 25 on any of these things, you get a unique card back. So like in Hearthstone, where you get the different card backs for the seasons, you'll get a card back. So there is one cosmetic on each road. That's it, though. And they're actually really sweet, but this isn't like filling you with crappy little cosmetics. This is giving you cards 100%, and it's super, super generous. So that is essentially the reward system as you go in here. And if you are a player who just really fell in love with aggro, or really fell in love with a particular type of deck, and you can, look for a ton of content out there, a lot of good content creators in this game, but you can find a type of deck that you really want to play and say it's in this one region, you can 100% just grind out this region until you're more than delighted, and you'll get plenty of cards, particularly from that region. If you don't know, you don't have a lot of time to play, and you're not worried about maxing out your entire collection, but you want a competitive deck very quick, which, by the way, they give you a ton of cards to start, and you can make about 3 different pretty competitive decks right off the bat. But if you want to bolster those decks a little bit, and you want to just ride out and just finish out Noxus or something along those lines, it's very easy just to come in here and just grind this out. And they actually increase the max capacity as they release new sets. So you can see that some of these are only up to level 29, while Noxus is only 25. So as new cards come out, they'll add additional rewards on this region to just continue to be generous and give you extra rewards. It's pretty insane. So to highlight everything I said, you have the weekly vault on Thursdays is very important. Expeditions, which are like arenas, are very important because you can do those as a new player and get plenty of cards that way. And if you want to just buy whatever you want, you have the ability to just put in any X amount of money and guarantee what you're buying. No gambling involved. You won't feel bad about it because you'll know exactly what you're getting when you do it. If any of this wasn't enough, on top of that, every few months they also run an event that has it's a typical battle pass from, say, like a battle royale game where there are premium sections. Now, these premium sections you don't only get if you spend $10 real, but on top of that, they will also give you, as you can see, these free topics here: free shards, free cards. These are just straight up cards. Free cosmetics, another free card, another free card, a free cosmetic, another free card, and so on. So you'll still get plenty of things, and if you do put the money in as well, you'll see that you'll actually get some actual card rewards in the premium section as well, which is really nice, like an epic wild card and things like that as you go. So that's always super very nice here as well, a champion wild card. So that's $3 value back after you put 10 in on top of all the things. So beyond the reward tab here, which is very important, and I would suggest getting to level 8 and all of those, you have event tab, which will pop up every so often, every few months, and that'll give you additional rewards, and you have a weekly reward chest that you just get for playing. On top of all that, you still have daily quests that, just like Hearthstone does, that'll give you rewards as you go. So if you can't tell, this game's extremely generous, and we are very glad to have you here at the game. Guys, this is an honor to get to make content for everybody, so I'm Shane. I have two co-hosts on our podcast. We have a podcast on all platforms, Spotify, Apple, Google, Stitcher, anything you can find, SoundCloud, anywhere you can check your podcast out, you can listen to us. I also write articles about the game on runeterraccg.com, and we make YouTube videos right here on this channel. We're extremely willing to help anybody learn anything. Also stream on Twitch, so any type of content other than... I don't even know. That's all of them, I think, right? All the type of content you can possibly want. We're making content here, and we just want to support the game because this game is incredible and gives you so much to do. So if you made it to the end of the video and you're a Hearthstone player, I was too. I played for 6-7 years, loved it. Haven't looked back since I started Runeterra, and it's better in every way, including gameplay, and that's a personal opinion, but factually, a way better economy system. So welcome. Great choice, and I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.